Hello, everybody, and welcome to teamfortress.tv, where we are very excited to bring you the second match of our Season 19 coverage of ESEA Invite here. It is Invite TF2, and you know what? We had a hell of a start to the season yesterday because it was a very close game between Cafe Monster and the $5 Club. Those same $5 clubbers are back, and they're facing off against Street Hoops Esports. Thanks for joining us. My name is Getawhale, and I'm very happy to be joined by a very illustrious player and caster who's done casting in the past, a bunch actually, Harbleu. Are you excited to be here doing this, Harbleu? How do you feel?
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty excited. It should be good stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just happy that we have you available, that you're not as busy this season, and it's really nice. And I'm happy, and I'm sure that the people watching are happy that we get to have you here doing the game here tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they all much prefer my casting over mix-up reforming. I'm sure everyone is much more happy about that. I know I am.
Like we said, and we're getting very close actually here to going live, we have Street Hoops Esports, which this is going to be the first that most people are going to see from this new Street Hoops team versus $5 Club that were just here last night. The big pickup, obviously, for this Street Hoops Esports team, or the big change, rather, is that Grape no longer on the team. Grape was going to play with the aforementioned mix-up, but when that kind of fell through, Grape was left homeless, and so their new pocket soldier is the Big Showstopper himself. What do you think about Showstopper on Pocket for this 20B crew, Harb? And how much do you know? Have you seen them scrim or anything?
I haven't seen really anyone play this season personally. I'll say Grape, in my opinion, was probably the best Pocket last season. I'd put him better than Lansky even. So pretty much any Pocket they would have gotten would have been a downgrade from him. That being said, Showstopper is definitely, a fine replacement. And while I think it is still a downgrade, it's not something that I think will be a huge difference in terms of this match.
Sure, of course. Definitely worth mentioning, though, and I think that's maybe the biggest thing to look for this season on that side. I mean, Ninja Nick's still the med, but, it'll remain to be seen how that squad kind of works together as a team. On the other side, the one little change, and we discussed it a little bit last night, is that Arctic Joe, who's a former mix-up dude himself, is on Mangachu's team or $5 Club or whatever the hell you want to call them. How much do you know about Arctic Joe, Harb? Probably a little bit, eh?
Oh yeah, I know plenty. I think it kind of depends on what Arctic Joe shows up, because the season we picked him up on mix-up, pretty much the whole time Enigma was toting how he had this completely insane DM and just that he had some of the best raw aim in the game. And I know he took a couple seasons off after he played that season with us, so I'm not sure how in practice he is, but if he's been DMing, MGing, whatever people do these days, then I think him and Squid Scout combo is one of the scariest in the game right now. And I think compared to Sizer and Paragon still, I think compared to that, from a DM sense, I'd give the advantage actually to Squid and Arctic Joe. But I think in terms of synergy and coordination, the fact that Paragon and Sizer have played together for 2-3 seasons now or something, they should definitely might have the advantage in that department.
You may not have seen it, Harbleu, but yesterday evening, right here on teamfortress.tv, that Canadian young man, Squid himself, we saw him essentially solo a level 3 sentry and do crazy wizardry and heroics on this map. So certainly if he has a big night, and like you said, if Arctic Joe is right there with him, this could be a very strong match for these $5 clubs. So are we saying that the players to watch then on each side are Showstopper and Arctic Joe, or are there other people you're watching on either of those teams?
Oh, I mean, I think on any team with Squid on it, he's always one of the scouts you have to watch. Arctic Joe, he can definitely be good, but I think Squid's definitely the star of that team. So I think if Squid plays up to his normal standards, which being one of the top three scouts in the game, then it gives his team a good chance at staying in it. As for Street Hoops, pretty much their whole roster is stacked with talent. They still have good scouts. I am interested in watching how Showstopper does on Soldier, but really their whole roster is pretty solid throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the roster for the $5 club, another thing worth mentioning is that they have Milo again, and there's some talk. Boink is paid up on their roster, and there was some talking about who's going to play. We thought that maybe it was a sub situation, but no Boink. We got Milo again playing alongside Mangachu, and so that's all fine and dandy. The Street Hoops gang, they're already 0-1 because they had the unfortunate fate of being up against Froyo Tech for their first match, but they put up a good fight. And $5 Club, of course, last night had a hell of a match. And I don't know. I feel like this new invite Harbleu, there's a lot of potential for a lot of weird upsets and a lot of maybe unexpected wins. Again, if you didn't see the whole match last night, Cafe Monster, they're one of the newer teams in invite. They moved up from IM. And it seemed like they were getting rolled by $5 Club for about 40 minutes. And then all of a sudden, they took 4 rounds in a row, and we were looking at potential golden cap situation. Do you feel like it's an exciting invite division in that regard? We had 4 move-ups from IM.
I think it makes for a pretty exciting season. I think, as has been the case with most previous seasons, I think the top 2, 3, maybe 4 teams are still, a bit of a step above. Overall, I'd put Street Hoops as on a slightly higher level than whatever Squid's team name is. Again, I already forgot their team name.
$5 Club. Yeah, they keep changing their friggin' name. They can't keep it straight. Like, it's all inside jokes.
I'd put them a step above overall, but I think, the talent on a lot of teams, like the talent on the $5 Club, if they're having a good night or, they're just kind of, feeling it, then I think they could definitely have the talent to beat, say, Elevate or Street Hoops.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking at some numbers just to sort of give us an idea of what to expect. I don't know what's going on in the server right now. You're paused as well, I'm assuming. Yeah. Looked like maybe Squid's having some connection issues. But I'm looking at some numbers to get a feeling of what to expect, because I did not watch the whole Street Hoops match that they had against Froyo. But the scouts, I mean, you said it yourself, Paragon and Sizer have been playing together for such a long time now, and you know yourself when Sizer is on what he's like, and Paragon has proven that he is right up there with them. I mean, they had 26 and 28 frags. They top fragged for Street Hoops in the first match they played, and so Process is kind of a map where the scouts can really kind of go to town, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. On mids in particular, pretty much all the just all the items on mid, the height of it plays the scouts. They can just jump on rock, jump on top. So on mid in particular, it's great. But yeah, Process is one of those maps that scouts can just completely carry on it, just because they can play to them so much. So again, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think Sizer and Paragon are a really good scout combo. But I'd put Squid again, if he's on and feeling it, then I think they're gonna have a tough time stopping him.
I don't mean to keep fixating on last night's match, which was also on this same map, and it was also with the $5 Club, but Zalox on the other side, who's a guy that you know also, he was a monster yesterday. He plays demo, of course, for $5 Club. He had top DPM, certainly for his team, but he was scary. He was just kind of silently dominating, and who are you expecting to, I guess, be the better demo? You know probably a lot more about Zalox than you do about Deadbolt, but
I think Zalox is really starting to find his groove again. I think towards the end of when he played with us on Mix-Up, he was just kind of getting tired, and he admitted himself that he wasn't playing that great. But from what I've seen of him lately, the bit I have watched, his DM, like the long range stickies and things that he's hitting, is pretty impressive. So I'd put it a very close matchup, but with how I've seen Zalox playing lately, I would give him actually a slight advantage over Deadbolt too. Deadbolt himself has also been impressing me from last lane in particular. Him switching from Scout a few seasons ago over to Demo. Yeah. He's the transitions worked well now that he's had time to settle in on the class, and he's definitely been doing well at it also, but I would still give a slight advantage to Zalox.
Yeah, looks like we never, or we might have Squid back in here. I just like chatting, you know. Saloon.tf, we could call out those odds. The people of Saloon.tf have spoken, and they're actually preferring $5 Club. It was about 55 to 45 when I looked last in favor of Mangachu and Squid's team, which is interesting. Is that surprising to you?
That's very surprising. I'm not sure if it's because the results of the first Street Hoop match where they got 5-0, but then again, it was against Froyo, so it's kind of to be expected, especially since Street Hoops is kind of getting used to having a new pocket. And I know Grape did a lot of the calls also for the team before, so they have, they're probably trying to adjust to all of that. But I would definitely put the favorites as Street Hoops this game.
How about fantasy? There's been a lot of talk, obviously, that we've finally gotten up a TF2 fantasy site. Have you looked at that at all, Harb? Do you have a fantasy team?
I saw something brief about it. No, I don't have a fantasy team. I just saw that it looked pretty neat, and I'm upset that they only implemented it after I stopped playing. But, what can you do?
Well, maybe you can come back eventually, and it'll still be around, I'm sure. Do you have a prediction? We're going live here with the first mid, but who are you calling for the winner?
I'd say Street Hoops. If they play the way I think they should, it should be like a Street Hoops 5-1, 5-2, I'd say. But yeah, we're on our way to our first mid, so you can take it away for this one.
All right, I'm looking at Showstopper, the Big Show himself, because I really want to see him dominate this if possible, and I think a lot of eyes are on Showstopper. He's just going to kind of get up on the awning here right now and play it. He's got a soldier across the way doing the same thing. What team's playing just real passive? Got a red scout up on Rock. Here comes Show. He's going to come across, and he meets a soldier there. No picks yet. He's got another soldier jumping in. Still, Showstopper not doing a whole lot. Not a lot going down on this mid here just yet. We have $5 Club kind of backing out and jumping back out, but they've got a lot up, and I don't know what they're doing here. Are they just waiting for the repush?
That was just a slow mid. It looked like neither team really wanted to commit completely into it, and 20B just won the health game. Their players stayed healthier and were just able to force $5 Club out of mid just by purely taking more point control.
Yeah, and so now here we have a situation where both teams do have their Uber, which is good, and it's interesting, though. I'm surprised there was no repush or anything, and DBW's playing way, way back. Surprisingly so. Just very, very passive out of this $5 Club. Are they just... what are they doing? Just waiting for the fight to come. Here comes Ash. He's in. There's no real sack yet. The team's just feeling each other out, Harbleu.
Yeah. The mid to second choke on process, especially when both teams have Uber, is one of the harder ones out of any of the maps, one of the harder ones to get a good push into without getting some sort of advantage. So, 20B is probably just going to try and take it slow here. They might sacrifice Ash a couple times, which it looks like he's doing something now. There we go. They actually bombed the other soldier in to kind of make a distraction for Ash, but DBW is playing so far back by sliding door that there really wasn't a chance of him getting anything there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ash maybe even hold the door for like Paragon or someone to go sniper, but it looks like no, they're just going to set up on mid here.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too with Paragon. He was kind of hiding out for a little bit there in sewer, as a matter of fact, and didn't want to do anything. I like the soldier strat too. I like this, but real smart for DBW. I mean, she's showing her brains there by kind of staying way back, and it makes sense. You can't be careless.
Yeah, I mean, with the $5 Club holding the way they are, I would definitely say that Street Hoops should suicide for a sniper and have him snipe from sewer and force, which looks like actually Ash went sniper, so they did go for one, which yeah, he's going from the sewer, which is exactly what I'd want to see. With the way that $5 Club are holding, he should have plenty of space to try and get some shots off.
He's trying, he's in there, he's got the door held open for him, and very quickly, $5 Club know this is happening. Ash is still up in there on sniper, but here come the scouts. One little meat shot in on him. Ash still up though, but he's in trouble, and the utility of this sniper may have worn off. He's going to back out and try to get some shots off here near mid if he can. They still know he's there though, but he's walking up. We had a little pick on a Mangachu. Still no sniper, not making a difference here. We've kind of just exchanged a soldier for a scout, and both medics still holding on to their very first Ubers. Neither team want to do much here, just kind of slow rolling it.
Yep, I don't think we're gonna see any type of push from Street Hoops until Ash gets a pick on, say, like a demo or their medic or something. If he does get a pick on like a soldier scout, they might try and commit in just to exchange Ubers and then play like the post-Uber game there. But they're not gonna really do anything until they get that pick. Which now Megachu's on sniper for $5 club, so we're having a good old-fashioned snipe off. Which. Yep, Ash comes out on top of that. I'd expect them to push in here through choke. They're probably going to wait for the rollers. Actually, looks like they're going IT.
Interesting push. It's worth noting, I mentioned during LAN, Ash had the most kills as sniper last season, which is kind of surprising to a lot of people, and pulls one off there. He's off to a good start already. Here comes Nick following in. Waiting. There's Milo just nothing doing on that Uber at all. He was reloading, and this is poised for 20B to have a really good Uber here. They're getting the cap, and boy, $5 club just kind of scrambling all around. What'd you see?
Yeah, pretty much just that, and I expect this should be around for 20B. They have the picks, and they're just going to start pushing into last year, getting on point. They should get this, but nice defense from Joe. The shot from Ash on the DBW. Even if they don't get this push, if Ninja Nick stays alive, which it looks like he's trying to, they'll have the Uber advantage just to push back into last.
And certainly Zaylock's there, and a story we saw last night is that a lot of situations where the $5 club, well, here we go, Deadbolt's right on the point, gets taken out though by Milo. Nice job there. And Paragon comes in, cleans him up. Paragon's going to try to finish the cap here, but he's up against the medic scout combo. Last night we saw DBW and Zaylox as the only ones still alive. A lot. That's it. The other players on $5 club were dying just a whole bunch, and it seemed like it's just always DBW and Zaylox left up, so something to see if they've maybe adjusted or adapted this evening, or is it just going to be the combo left over and over again? Street Hoops still looking good, like you said. They're about to get their Uber again.
Yeah, that was good by Ninja Nick. He almost got caught out there by Squid while trying to back. He was down to like 20 HP, but his team managed to make it there. Now they push in from the lower left door. Right to the heavy, though. This should be a push here. They have the Zaylox is just sticking off point, preventing them from getting on it. So now they're just going to try and get the picks. 3 down, and yeah, this is a round right here. They just pretty much had a slow push there and completely ignored the cap and just ended up getting the kills until, $5 club were only like 2 up and then just ended up capping there.
Yeah, I liked Sizer, who took the bulk of the Uber in and found a heavy and just said, oh, I can just take the other door. Try that door. It is 1-0 for Street Hoops. I'm looking at Zaylox this mid to see if Zaylox can come in and make a difference on this mid. He's very quick there to mid, and I don't know what happened with Street Hoops. They seem a little slow other than Deadbolt. Already Mangachu now taking up above. Zaylox just spitting out that damage, just silently doing his work. Deadbolt down below was taking a little bit of damage, and he's going to need some heals here. Ninja Nick's got a lot of players to heal up. Showstopper is down as well as Ash. That's all soldiers and Deadbolt down too, and guess what? Ninja Nick, forget getting the heals out. You got to just get out and live, my friend.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying. Zaylox is actually jumping in, trying to chase him down. He's actually got the door sticking off. And oh my gosh, he makes it out with 18 HP. That rocket, if it would have been a little bit farther back, he would have gone down.
Well, Ninja Nick is going to find a whole big room of his players as he gets back all the way into spawn with that miraculous escape. Nice job by Zaylox, though, chasing. He knows what he's doing, that Zaylox. We have a big push. Here comes the Uber already out of $5 club. We're just going to try to seal off and kind of converge in on this point. Nothing on the cap at all yet, and they're maybe thinking better of this as they've just lost 2 players already. Kind of an abortion of a push here. And
yeah, that was a pretty huge drop by DBW onto Milo. They were trying to push in off the advantage. They had like 20 advantage, but I guess they just tried to flash too many people through the door, and Milo ended up getting dropped. And now we have Ninja Nick pushing out on the second with full advantage.
Which is a great situation for 20B, who are kind of backed up. And here they come. Showstopper leading the way, and Ash, and Showstopper's full of energy. He wants it. He's coming forward. They're not going to jump just yet. Well, here comes Ash. Milo's in, going for the medic, and a nice bomb in, but goes down. Doesn't get anything on it. Mangachu down now as well, and 20B can just continue. Although they're sending scouts in. Joe made a nice run in on Nick, who's very hurt. But 20B able to just continue this roll, and just kind of a bunch of semi-sloppy sacrifices maybe at Nick there, Harb?
Kind of. Nick had a great surf there where he landed up on the health kit. I'm not sure if he would have survived if he had not, but that was great by him. And look at that. The fact that he didn't use his Uber on last, they just went all the way from their last onto the other team's second without even using the Uber. Now they're looking at pushing it to last. That's crazy.
Oh, they lose Showstopper right off the bat there to a little meat shot out of Squid, and Ninja Nick couldn't think better of it because there was Uber, just barely got their Uber, did $5 club. at the right time. And so I think they're happy, though, to just sit here because they did trade off soldiers, and Ubers are going to be even. There's no off-classes or nothing crazy. Nick's playing back. Nick's expecting to push out here, and that's what he's going to get, looks like.
Yeah, there you see Squid just rushing in, taking down Deadbolt. This should give their team a second push here. Yeah, they're all just committed into the yard here. They need to start getting cap time to prevent the spawns on 20B. But that was a really good push out from $5 Club on the death of Showstopper.
Yeah, we have calls of predicted with ease in the chat on Showstopper, but 20B regrouping here at mid. They're only down. But look at this push. $5 Club just coming all out, and they want to just dominate this whole entire mid. Ash is jumping up, trying to get something on the soldier, on Zalox or Milo or someone, but nothing's... Oh, it looks like someone got DBW though with Showstopper. Yeah. I did not catch it. I was on the Ash cam, but Ash getting a little assist on it and helping out. He goes down at mid.
Oh, Zalox huge on Ninja taking Showstopper. He just bombed in, and it's only Sizer now. That was crazy by Zalox. They just fully committed in the second their medic went down. All of Street Hoops was just bunched up in their choke, and having a soldier and demo bomb there, it just completely destroyed their whole team.
Wow, here's Sizer going to try to be a party pooper.
Man.
Takes out Mangachu and Squid, who are having a nap, I guess, or holding hands on middle.
I don't
not
know
sure
what
which.
Mangachu was doing. He was just on point and wasn't even looking, and just pretty much gets two-shot there.
In the bathroom, didn't do anything about it. I don't know what that was. We'll have to ask him later. Sizer feeling good. Is going to continue around, try to see if he can maybe get a little pick here. Sizer down underneath and is going to put some damage out and try to push Milo and DBW back out of there. Meanwhile, his team going to take the point really easily. There's going to be no backcap shenanigans or anything like that. And but here comes out. We got Milo and Mangachu coming around the side here. Mangachu wants a pick. I'm looking at Ninja Nick, who's playing all the way back to choke here. The push maybe not successful. I don't know. Nick thinking better of it. Maybe sensing that he's at a disadvantage.
I think it was just Mangachu getting a nice pick onto Deadbolt there. You know, trying to take a point like second without your demo to pretty much lock the other team out is a hard task. And even though they have slight advantage here, I doubt they're going to do anything from it. Although they do get a pick on Ash now. They might try and force it in here, but oh, there's two picks. They're definitely going to push on this now.
Oh, wow. Well, here they come. That's good enough. There's two down, and Showstopper and Nick and those guys are going to get the hell out of there. Here comes Milo leading the charge in on the medic, but we do get the pop, and nice pop by Nick, who just kind of barely got his. Showstopper's in at IT trying to get some picks. Meanwhile, the scouts are down below. Sizer's still up on this long life. Milo taking a whole bunch of spam and needs to back out. It was real lucky that Nick got his Uber there, and Nick's been actually playing smart so far and really sensing his, I don't know, good game sense, Harbleu.
Oh yeah, Nick, actually I'll get back to that, but as we try and see Streams pushing into the choke, they do have the numbers advantage here, and you can see they're just going crazy aggressive with their soldiers now, but this is a close fight.
Showstopper has very little health and is still up and had to back out. Milo, same thing, had to back out as well. Sizer goes down, that makes it, well, it's a 4-2 situation now. Showstopper...
Joe got Ninja Nick, and now it's just Deadbolt alive for Street Hoops, so this, which he might get taken down. No, he's just going to make it out. They're going to let him live as they cap mid, but Paragon's on Sniper here. DBW's got to look out.
Yeah, DBW was actually kind of hurt. She grabbed the pack, which is good, but and they're going to get this cap on the mid. And Ninja Nick, though, we have maybe a push coming through the IT, possibly. Nick obviously knows he's at a huge disadvantage. I can't see them pushing it. Obviously, Paragon is up now trying to get a pick, if he can, on Sniper.
There's the shot.
And that's the shot. I missed it. It wasn't on his cam. Talking all about it, and I missed it. Well, he got DBW. I'll scream about it later, but that's impressive. He did exactly what he had. I'm on the Paragon cam now. What a fool.
A little late for it.
Little late. Well, you can all call me out in chat, but yeah, Paragon doing it, and he's going to push forward here, see if he can get someone else. He wants a shot on Squid if he can. Ash, meanwhile, Mangachu down, and boy, $5 club have to get out of here. Joe comes in and gets Paragon, but now we get a close situation.
Zalox is actually behind. He jumped behind them, killed the sniper. He's in their IT, and he's going to get taken down. That was a bit weird. He ended up getting the sniper down, but traded his life for it, which demo for a sniper, not really worth it.
Well, we continue to... Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say we continue to piggyback Ubers here as well.
Yeah, that's pretty much been the story of this game so far. Just pretty much the team with Uber just takes multiple points as the other team is just trying to build theirs. We should probably see Street Hoops get this without even having to use it as they take down Mangachu. Yeah. DBW really has to build this for last. They need to just give up second and make sure they get this Uber for last. She's only not even 70% yet. If Street Hoops pushes in right now, she could get caught out.
No off classes on last. Showstopper's going to lead the way here. They do have Uber. Remember, they're going to come right in. All they have is just these 5 players because Mangachu's down. Here they come, Ninja Nick bringing in Showstopper. They need to get those picks on the right side. DBW up above, just trying to stay alive. Here come Ash and Paragon in. Lots on the point right now. A lot of the $5 club all on point. Showstopper trying to escape as now finally DBW pops off for Uber. And a really good defense. They still have Ash up above, who's kind of camping out in that little room, but he gets taken down as well. Doesn't look like we'll have any sneaky cap or anything like that. That was a great defense in what looked like maybe a bad situation for $5 clubs, Harbleu.
Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed with DBW's plays so far. I didn't mention it in pregame, but if I had to pick a weak link on $5 club, it would have definitely been DBW. From everything I've seen with her in previous matches and everything, I've seen her just get caught out a lot or kind of get put on tilt after just dying. But right there at the end, she was like 90% Uber at last, and she did a pretty nice surf from the soldier that bombed her to get that Uber. So that she's been playing well so far. As now Streams is bombing Ashton. They're actually just going to commit in, it looks like. No, they're back in.
Paragon's deep. Paragon is about to get caught out there. He's deep. He escapes through sewer, which is good. But, yeah, they were maybe getting a little too antsy, and now DBW about to get hers. I can hear Harbleu already, DBW's fantasy value, changing based on your comments, Everyone's out there buying and selling. But at any rate, Ash went down. That was a sack, I believe, that I missed. And
he was behind. He was at their last.
Oh, of course. Carter just doing that Carter thing. Mangachu goes down now as well.
5 HP on Ninja Nick. Oh my gosh, how does he not pop that? That's nuts by Ninja Nick. He was like 5 HP for a good 3 seconds there, and he held that Uber. That's insane.
Nick doing the wizardry. He's the wizard tonight, and I can hear Nick's stock going up. He still has that Uber. He's taking it in. Zaylock's just spraying in a little bit of damage if he can, but Nick finally hits 40 and he pops off his Uber. He loses Paragon right off the bat, which will hurt, and he's already thinking better of this. He's going to get out, and when you lose that scout...
He goes from having a great hold to dropping one of his players right on the Uber. As Ash now bombing and he's not getting anything from that. 3 down on Street Hoops. This should be a fight for $5 club. They should keep pushing out the mid here, especially with the health on Deadbolt.
If you're just tuning in, guys, it's still just 1-0 for Street Hoops. It's been a very long round. Zaylock's right up in the face again and knows that Nick's nowhere near Uber, and Zaylock's doing a lot of jumping and aggressiveness, and kind of all 3 of those explosive classes for $5 club Harbleu have just been doing it like that, haven't they?
Yeah, it's actually been the heavy classes on $5 club that have been doing the work instead of their scouts, but they are 2 down now as we see Streets pushing back in. This is another scrappy fight, which has kind of been the story of the game. We see DBW and Zaylox just trying to back out and get that Uber. Zaylox only 65, and DBW is just going to leave him to die as she tries to make it at the last, which, yeah, she's able to. So she'll get the Uber, but they're probably going to lose second for it.
Nick was down playing that long-distance medic game again. He was down to about 30 HP, and he just stayed way, way back and was just healing with arrows. But he stayed alive, and it works out because he's here at second now, poised to, well, maybe come in, but certainly Deadbolt on that long respawn. He's going to have to come back up as well. So wondering here, what's in your head if you're a $5 club? They have Squid up on Sniper. I guess just looking for that pick. Would you push out here? No. Well, Megan just went down. There's
suiciding. Yep. He's going to go Sniper or he's going to hold the door, but this is one of those lasts where, you know, there's no point trying to push in without an advantage. So, yeah, they're definitely going to go Sniper here.
Yeah, Squid got getting a few body shots and making Street Hoops think, you know, think twice before they come in here. Mangachu, I see him on Spy. Oh boy, no, he was just checking. He was just checking for the Sniper. Checking off classes. Yeah. So, yeah, here we are at last, and we're in this situation that we see sometimes, but we haven't waited long here, and already we have Deadbolt is coming up, and we got Show and Deadbolt up through lobby. It looks like 20B are just bringing it right through lobby right now. Show putting out some rockets. Paragon in really deep, which he's been doing a whole lot. Push is coming right side door, looks like here. Sizer's up on Sniper, and he's in lobby, which is a fantastic vantage point for some of these players. He's going to cycle around. But here we go. Looks like, wow, DBW popped off first, and that's very early pop, as Nick was able to hold on a lot longer. Really good Uber for Street Hoops, although they did cycle off a little bit. Showstopper up above now, and for these $5 guys, they've got to find the players up here above. Nick is stuck in the corner by himself.
They got this. DBW's down. They just need to play the heal game, just play around Nick, which they're losing.
They're not.
Players. Yeah.
So, well, Sizer's still up on Sniper, and he's looking to get those kind of point-blank shots, but they've taken out and kind of bled the $5 club enough that Show comes in with the skill stick kill at the end.
Yeah, the second DBW went down, all Street Hoops needed to do was just play around Nick, play the slow heal game, and they're going to win that push, which they did do a good job. They lost one player during it, but the rest of them just played around Nick, stayed alive, and it was a pretty easy push.
Wasn't the prettiest push, but hey, it worked, and they all look the same on the score sheet. Zalox is in on the right side. I'm looking at him, and he's going to try to just shut down this entrance by the 20B squad if he can, putting out a lot of damage. And Mangachu's there with him as well, and they're just going to try to shut down this whole choke area. Taking not a whole lot of damage, although Milo goes down on the scouts, kind of doing some damage here right now. I'm looking at Paragon and Sizer, who are just coming right in down below and ruling that. Zalox goes down below. DBW's still up, as is Nick, but DBW's only got Squid with her. And that's less than favorable. What did you see?
Yeah, $5 club got aggressive early, and they got really good damage out, but they just didn't get the kills. Like, Deadbolt was like 20 HP for a lot of the mid, but $5 club just is the one that ended up losing the players. So both medics stay alive, though, so they can get a good hold on second here.
Yeah, absolutely. They played it quite well, and certainly we got just over 10 minutes left in this half, and so if you're the $5 club, you kind of want to get something going now. You don't want to be playing for time in the second half. They want to get at least one round or two if they can, and they're coming in. They're going to be real aggressive here. They have their Uber. They know they need to act. They drop Milo right off the bat. Zalox down now too. What in the hell is going on? And now DBW running out of there does not want to pop here, although they got a good force on Nick.
Yeah, this actually could work out well for the $5 club. And actually, Streeps is 3 down without even DBW using their Uber. I have no idea how that happened, but this is a free mid for them. They should ultimately get second with this, unless... their sides are on Sniper. I was expecting the Street Hoop Sniper, so DBW's got to watch out for this one. She already got picked once trying to push second. You know they're going to be careful with trying to get in here.
Well, for a situation where they lost right off the bat a soldier in demo and kind of dropped a whole bunch of people, it actually does work out well, and DBW just going to chill here. It looks like maybe a push from Sewer, possibly. No off-classers, but they're going to see what they can do here from Sewer, Harbleu.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Sizer is sniping from. I don't even see where he is yet. He's in forward spawn. They're going to let her just get on point. He's going to try and go for the shot on her. And they catch him. And actually, Sheriff is 2 down. This could be a round for $5 club if they push right now. 12-second spawns for both Ash and Paragon and the Uber advantage. This should be a good push for them as they try and get it.
Sizer was trying to put up the gun. He's up on heavy now. They're kind of scrambling, and Street Hoop's just not able to put a defense in time at all, and they had no answer for the push from $5 club, so they put up a round. We're looking now at, as I say, less than 10 minutes left. It's 8:34 left in the half, and boy, I don't know if $5 club could take a second round in a row here. They'd certainly have momentum on their side in the second half.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at Milo to see what he'll do on this mid, because certainly if you're a fan of these guys, you want Milo to go huge, and you need him to go bigger than the other explosive classes. He's going to wait. He's down below. He finally does jump. He's going to come in on Deadbolt and got a little bit of damage, just one rocket on him. Mangachu is down, so soldier-wise, it's only Milo, and he's backing up, and he needs heals from DBW. Meanwhile, his combo went kind of the right side here, and Zalox trying to do it all, but this looks real bad for $5 club, I'll be real honest. We'll see if they can put something together with their scouts here.
Yeah, DBW needs to run, and if she's 90% Uber. If she's got to meet up with Zalox here, I don't think she's going to get this, and there goes Deadbolt taking her down. And this should be an easy round for Street Hoops here. They have full advantage. They're going to get second here. They should just be able to roll into last with this. But Process is one of those maps where, even without Uber, you can get a pretty solid last defense up with Heavy and things like that.
I didn't see focus fire really at all from $5 club on that mid. Would you agree with that?
I mean, the issue was they just lost Negachu so early. He bombed it almost instantly and died. And now, here you see the full Uber advantage going to last. Squid takes down Deadbolt. That's a good pick, but DBW
goes down as well, blasted through the air. Here comes Show, who's just going to try to dominate. Up, blasted in the air, hitting big rockets though, and there's only Zalox left up. Street Hoops is going to take this one and bring us into halftime. It's going to be 3-1 for Street Hoops, and really just kind of that mid is what dictated that round, and it's as simple as that.
I think DBW needed to make the decision of back a bit sooner. She kind of was just playing around rock near her sewer entrance, and then she didn't start backing until there were only 2 alive, and there was no way she was going to get out then. She had to already be out there choked by that time. Her best bet was to try and stay with Zalox and get the Uber, but even that would have been a tall order. So the big issue I see right now for mids on $5 Club is they have Mangachu just going way too aggressive, and he's getting good damage early, but his team's not in a position to follow up. So Street Hoops is just then re-healing that and then playing with a player advantage, and it's been working really well for them. So I think either $5 Club needs to fully commit with everyone and just push their whole team onto the other team's rock, or they need to have Mangachu just play a bit more passive and stay alive.
Well, I'll give you a number that backs up what you just said, Harbleu. Mangachu died 25 times in that first half. Well, if you're going for deaths, it's great. But that's definitely not what he wants. I mean, 11 and 25, that's half your soldier pair, and I mean, on the other side, Showstopper, he led in frags with 24 and had a hell of a half. So, if you're a fan of the Big Show himself, he had a great time. Nick, for his side, Ninja Nick on Street Hoops, only died 3 times.
Yeah, so Nick's been having a great game. And honestly, both medics are playing well. Like I said, DBW, she's been impressing me this game. That last round, like I said, on mid, I think she definitely should have backed earlier. But besides that, there haven't really been any big mistakes from her. The time she got sniped pushing into second, that's not really her fault. Paragon just dropped down and hit a nut shot on it. So both medics have been playing pretty good.
Seems like we have a little bit of a pause here in the server. We're not quite sure what's going on. Some player might be having some issues. But yeah, as I look at the stats, I mean, those are the big things that jump out to me. I mean, the teams were sort of close in terms of damage, but I'm just seeing a lot more out of Street Hoops. I mean, I think that if Mangachu can be more productive in this second half, I mean, that could be almost the difference between a good and a bad half for $5 Club, wouldn't you say?
I'd definitely say that. And that half was so back and forth. Like, even though it was 3-1, a lot of those rounds, besides the last one, were just going from one team second to the other, team filling the last push. So it could have easily been, 3-2 in the opposite direction for $5 Club. I think, like you said, if Mangachu just tries to play a bit more conservative and they just try and play the numbers game a bit more, not just having him trying to go all in for sacks that they don't really need, they could definitely start taking some more rounds. Because overall, players like Zalox is playing nuts. Like, I thought he's been playing really aggressive and it's been working well. He's kind of just been bombing in, shooting down stickies, and then just piping everything while he's right in their faces. And that's kind of making a huge opening for the rest of his team. Like, he's kind of the one initiating the fights, and then the scouts and everything are just following in on damage he's putting out.
Yeah, I have seen that a lot, and I don't know. I really do like this Zalox that I've seen so far this season. And like you said, maybe he kind of got his groove back a little bit, and found.
This is a style I never really saw from him before. Before, like on Mix-Up, and whenever we had him, he was kind of always just a demo that was there. He would lock down areas, kind of a passive style. But I'm not sure if because he's playing on a different team now, where they give him a bit more free reign to play the way he wants. But I like what I'm seeing from him as we now are going live into the second half.
Yeah, and by the way, Dashner wants to tell everyone thanks for being patient and watching the little preview of CSGO that we showed you guys on the replay there by accident. We're on the mid here now. I'm looking at Ash, who's just gunning for Mangachu. Mangachu has nowhere to go, and here he is. He's going to sack just right in, and well, he escapes, but he got kind of caught out, and Ash went down, as a matter of fact. Showstopper down as well, and Paragon. I just caught Showstopper going down. Sizer's backed out. It's only him and Nick, and this could be a wipe situation for Street Hoops right off the bat.
Definitely, and yeah, even though the Nick gets out, he hasn't been healing for a while. He's only 58%, so $5 Club should get the second and try and roll last without letting him get that Uber, which it looks like they're going to be doing.
Yeah, and here we go. Real easy for DBW. All you have to do is just come right in and hit the right mouse button. Street Hoops trying to scramble to get a defense up, but as long as $5 Club don't choke here, there you go.
That's exactly how it's done. The fact that Deadbolt was such a long spawn, they didn't have any stickies on point preventing the cap, so they just rolled in, forced Street Hoops back into spawn, and just stacked the cap. That's exactly how it's done.
I think we should watch Mangachu on this mid. It is 3-2 now for Street Hoops Esports, still with the lead, but I think if Mangachu can have a good mid, he got kind of caught by Ash last time. He rolls all the way far right, doesn't find anyone, he's going to back up. Going to see who kind of makes the first move here. We have Paragon up above, and Final Club really playing very, they're getting in a pile on the ground here, though. We'll see how this works out.
Megachu took out Ninja early. This is great for wow. Yeah, Megachu he just walked up right. No one saw him, and he just bombed right onto Ninja Nick. And this could be another round. Now they are down Xalox and Megachu, so they should wait for those two spawns before pushing last, which they're definitely gonna do. But having full advantage again, we could be seeing 3-3 here.
Now, the first thing that stuck out to me was I saw all of Final Club just kind of walking on bottom, which is usually a recipe for disaster. But as you said, Mangachu kind of equalizing there and being a wrecking crew himself. So looking real good, and this might be the start of a bit of a comeback. We have tons of time in the second half, and DBW leading her boys in. Let's see how they go. The defense is up top, of course, for Street Hoops. There's a small, it's a level 2 gun over on the other side, and that's going to get targeted right off the bat. They've already lost Squid and Milo.
Yeah, this is not happening. I'm not liking the bottom left push. It's such a far walk when you go in that way. And if Street Hoops is playing up top like they were, they can just rotate to the opposite side. They should really be taking that Uber in through the middle area and then just trying to take control there. As now we see Street Hoops push back out from last with having a good 30% advantage. Which Alex bombs it again going behind. Like I said, he's just been playing nuts, but this time it doesn't work out. He goes down.
It's exciting to watch at the very least. Now Street Hoops have their Uber. They do get popped off here, and that is probably not where they wanted to use it. And
wait a second!
What? Squid was on last. Nobody saw him.
He was capped already. I totally zoned out there. That's wow.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him either. So you're not alone. We have a 3-3 match.
Xalox bomb just pretty much distracted the entire Street Hoops team for him to get behind.
Unbelievable. And even with outlines, I missed it. We have a back cap, and it's 3-3. And this is kind of a whole new ballgame. Ash is all the way in behind right off the bat for 20B, and I don't think they know he's there. Ash is in behind, something to watch. Now, up jumps Arctic Joe. They're going to try to kind of dominate this 20B team, but they have Ash back there now. But I don't know, if Ash is the last one left alive, he's not going to do anything much.
Yeah, the issue with that is the team's basically fighting 5 versus 6 on mid. And now he's pretty much a free pick behind, which it looks like they do know he's behind. So yeah, they're just going to wait here. Do they know? They're going back for him. So they're going to pretty much just chill here on mid and then pick him off, and then they'll probably just push it on second with that.
Yeah, here they are. They're going to come in on Ash. They find him. He's on the pack. Well, he takes out Arctic Joe. We have 2 fights going on here. We have the behind fight and the real match going on way behind.
Arctic Joe dies there, that kind of stops them from pushing in onto the other team second with any advantage there. Now it's a 5v5. So I'd expect them to try and slow it down here again. The fact that it's tied up, I don't think $5 Club wants to try anything risky here. I think they want to try and guarantee the second push here and play this slow to try and get this.
I don't know who to watch because so many of these players have been jumping and going, balls deep, so to speak. I'm looking at Xalox thinking he might jump in somewhere. I don't know. I've been watching the demo a whole lot more than normal. We don't see this out of demos as much. We typically see soldiers doing so much of the work in terms of sacrifices.
Mangachu just tried to do a pogo in and kind of just completely failed that.
Well, he'll learn. Give him time. He'll learn. He'll learn his thing. Watching Mangachu, he's walking up sewer right now.
I would almost like to see a Xalox bomb here. No, Megachu's gonna go in. He pretty much gets demolished there.
Showstopper. Predicted with ease by the big show, and that's nothing doing. A little bit of server lag. So they lost Mangachu. That did nothing. That did nothing at all. Little Liam. But he's going to keep trying. Here comes 20B. That was good enough for them. They're going to kind of slow push in here. Not fast movement. They're going to try to take some action. Here comes Ash in as well. Ash, they want to get the pick on the medic, but DBW playing back, and DBW ready to get out if possible. Just sending spam over right now. It looks like 20B just want to kind of...
She gets popped early. This is... She should have held that. That's going to be an issue for $5 Club here. She's got to try and just get out now. Okay, they're able to make it out, but the fact that she popped that Uber so early, that just pretty much gave a free fight for Street Hoops, as they have someone behind. Mangachu's behind, that's not going to do anything. And actually, yeah, Street Hoops just going to keep pushing.
Well, you know what? It actually works out. It equalizes Uber here because we're fairly equal. Ash is here. Carter trying to do his thing, but jumps back, just kind of feeling them out. Nobody wanting to really. Mangachu's still behind for some reason. I'm glad, when there's soldiers behind, I'm glad we have you here, Harbleu, to tell us about it, because that's, that game, getting all the way in behind, right?
Yeah, and he actually just did get a pick on Paragon from behind, and this is actually great for them now as Tubes is trying to fall back in the mid. And now we should be seeing $5 Club pushing back in. This is such a back and forth game, as now Tubes is on the back foot just trying to make it out. But
this is about as... Yeah. Well, sorry to cut you off. I said that it's about as closely matched in terms of these two teams as you could maybe imagine, and this new invite giving us a lot of fantastic matches like this. Mangachu's now pushed all the way up to sewer, but God, the soldiers and the demos, they're all equally matched, and like you said, it's just been back and forth, and this has been a hell of a match. We are still tied up here. It's 3-3.
And yeah, that was Mangachu getting that pick on Paragon while he was behind was huge for them. That kind of forced Street Hoops to have to put some of their focus back on Mangachu on mid behind them instead of just on second in front, and they ended up having to fall back and losing a player while they were. So again, we're back to the same situation with one of the teams, or both teams having Uber on mid, and Street Hoop or $5 Club's going to have to try and find something here that works.
Yeah, well, should we start taking prop bets, or maybe we'll write to Saloon.tf for prop bets? Here's the sack. It gets a nice rocket, but goes down. The sack was in, but he forced the Uber, which is great, and so good job there to Mangachu, who did it. I was wondering if you were going to see a sack for an off-class, but hey, I'll take a pop over an off-class any day, right?
Definitely, definitely. As they're not pushing in with this Uber. I would like to see them just use this Uber here and guarantee the second push, keep all their players alive as they do take down Ash, and just force Street Hoops back to last, which it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. That's more than enough. With how hard it is, actually they get Sizer here too. They might try and take this into last with these two picks.
I think they do. Mangachu is switched off, was looking for off classes. They're coming in. I mean, Zalox is all the way in. He's going to try to do it, but the scouts kind of converge, and going to have to back off here. There's still a full $5 Club team up. All 6 of them are up, and Sizer on that long respawn, so there's no Highlander defense or anything like that on this last. Yet, anyway.
Yeah, now Sizer's on Engineer. I wasn't sure if we were going to see Ninja Nick try and push out with that 20-30 advantage, which actually, it looks like they're trying to get aggressive in the lobby here. I'm not sure if they're just trying to take area control, or if they're going to try and use this in. They're just going to hold with this.
Tough to get out, though. I mean, physically, it's tough to get out here. We have Mangachu watching the doors, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. And I think it's the right decision to just hold there. It's 3-3. They can... It's at the point where you don't want to try anything risky like that. If it was like 1-0, then maybe you can try and do a force out like that. But with a game this close and it being second half, Cross is one of those maps that last defense is pretty easy. So they should try and wait there and wait for $5 Club to make a move and fail push.
Paragon's up on Sniper. I'm on the Paragon cam to see if he can pick something out. And certainly, DBW playing way back, but those soldiers for 20B are pushed way up and are ready to punish. Oh, there's a shot on Mangachu, and I don't know. They're still kind of tentative here. Well, no, 20B. I don't know. They're gonna
I think this would be a mistake if they try and push out a soldier pick, which it looks like they're going in from they're just trying to get some damage. Yeah,
lots of in and out. We can't quite place it here. A lot of positioning and kind of jockeying around, and it looks like $5 Club are kind of they're backed all the way back here in hallway. Maybe anticipating the push out.
That was a good call not to push there. Like one pick, it's good, but it's still such a tough task to push out from last on the second with only one pick, unless it's like the demo or medic or something.
Well, Mangachu is up on Sniper, actually, we didn't mention, and so there's a Sniper each side right now, and Paragon, I'm not sure if he's seen Mangachu and spotted him out yet, but again, I mean, 20B are kind of ready to punish any mistake that they see here from $5 Club. Paul has had plenty of time to get his gun up.
And pause.
And a pause again. We have applause, more like. But yeah, no, I mean, Paul's down below, he's doing that construction thing. I mean, this is pretty ideal defense, honestly, for 20B, Harbleu, isn't it?
It's pretty nice. I gotta admit, I personally hate the spot that Ninja Nick is holding. I feel like if Mangachu was on Roamer still, that's a pretty easy spot to force a medic. If they take Zalox into lobby and have him just spam that area and then have Mangachu bomb at the same time, I think they get a pretty easy force onto Ninja Nick, but the fact that Mangachu's on Sniper right now, that's obviously not going to happen. But,
Well, where is the safe spot then for Ninja Nick? Because we've seen in matches that you were involved in, you can't hide up above the point, that little window room, because the soldier can, if he's real good, can come right up there and get you and drop you. Where's the safe spot for a medic on this last?
I think honestly, the up above area is safe as long as you have someone playing with you. Like if you have, it's like your pocket with you there, then it can work just fine. Especially if the other team's on sniper. The only issue with the up top hold normally is if the other team might just try and go for a point or something, and it also kind of leaves the rest of your team, out the dry without heals. But it's definitely the safest spot for the medic, and if your demo has point sticky, you don't really have to worry about them getting some kind of weird cap while you're up there still. Either that or kind of just up close near the wall of lobby, just main wall area on the ground there. That's another good one. But that spot Ninja Nick's holding, which he's been using that for a while, if Zalex just went into lobby and spammed him there, he'd pretty much be caught out there completely.
Yeah, we don't mean to ruin Ninja Nick's, strats here, but I don't know. If you guys are going to be playing against 20B, that's where he goes. Yeah, I guess the window room up there is fine, unless you're facing TLR, right, on Soldier.
Why? Did he do something?
Yeah, I believe it was TLR who had a pretty crazy drop on a medic up there. It looks like the pause is ending. Rest in peace, TLR.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll see him back someday.
Hopefully not, but...
Hopefully, okay. I opened up a bag of worms. We're waiting for this pause to end here. It looks like the player who was disconnected or had issues is back in now. Magachu's pushed all the way up here, and he's going to pick real easy on Sniper. He whiffs on a shot there, and Deadbolt going to try to just spam him out. Magachu, though, is no business being in lobby now anymore. I don't know if he's going to try to stay in there, though. He's back up again, trying to get a shot. Milo, meanwhile, got Paragon, which is going to help because Paragon was the sniper for 20B.
Oh, Magachu's all the way in right side. He went for the shot. He's probably going to... Oh, actually, Squid takes down Deadbolt. That's the Squid factor right there. Now we're going to see a push from
Magachu still.
And Ninja Nick gets sniped. That's the round right there. That's the round.
What? I cannot believe that. Magachu was there. He telegraphed his presence there so much, and 20B knew he was there, and they just let him live. What in the hell happened there?
When Deadbolt went down, they just pretty much completely forgot that Magachu was there, and they focused all the attention on the push coming in. That's huge. And now,
well, that's a game changer. Well,
this mid is the most important mid now. Street Hoops need to win this mid. They've lost the last two pretty bad, so...
here comes Liam. Magachu's right in a Deadbolt right off the bat with a fantastic rollout. He's going to try to get in behind, so I'm looking at the 20B combo to see if they're aware of that. Ninja Nick takes a rocket, and he's in a lot of trouble, actually, feeling damage, and maybe thinking of getting out. Lots of damage. Here comes... It was a jump in, and Ninja Nick going down. Now DBW's still up, and if you're 20B, you want to... Well, luckily for 20B, they're able to keep everybody up. What did you see on that mid, Harbleu?
That was... Oh, wait, what do we have going on that... Okay, there's something weird going on there. I don't know. It looked like they sacrificed a lot of players to take down Ninja Nick.
Yeah.
And sure, they got the pick, and they have the Uber advantage, but they did lose mid from it. So it's one of those tough trades that I guess both teams are okay with the results of it.
Yeah, I mean, it might feel nice to get the medic on a mid, but it's not the end-all, be-all, especially if you have a strong mid otherwise, obviously, as a lot of people know. And 20B, they have this pick, and, if you're Street Hoops right now, as time goes on, time becomes a factor. I mean, they're down 4-3 now as $5 Club, and Magachu and Squid Squad have, that'd be a better name for them almost, but they've kind of upset them coming back and taking a bunch of rounds in a row, and 20B, who I believe were probably the favorites in this one.
Oh yeah, like I said, I thought we were going to see like a 5-1 for 20B or something, but $5 Club's really impressed me, and it looks like there's still like 18 minutes left in the game, so time's not really a factor at all yet, as we see Street Hoops trying to take the Uber in through IT.
Carter came all the way in. He's going to put some damage out, but $5 Club playing far back enough. It looks like they're willing to give this point up, which I'm a little surprised. Now here they come. They're going to Uber into 20B. Ash going to jump out, and we have Uber's exchange here on the second point, and I don't know, down Sizer on the side of 20B on a huge respawn. 20B really need to take this point. If they're going to lose Nick, they're going to lose Deadbolt and Paragon.
Yeah, oh my god, this could... It's up to Ash here. Ash is... Wait, where is he even?
Well, Showstopper, he's out of there. Showstopper came in and tried to at least salvage the push by getting DBW, but didn't manage to get it. So this is fantastic for $5 Club, who could seal this match and come in and make it a 5-3 if they can push along. Only player left up is...
It
Yeah,
was the
go.
soldiers there from $5 Club that won that fight. They had Negachu and Milo both pretty much bomb in onto Ninja Nick and the whole combo, and they just did so much damage and ended up killing almost everything. As now we see them trying to push into second. This is going to be risky. They're taking a lot of damage. Oh,
down is DBW, and that's a huge, big kind of difference maker there. Arctic Joe is in on Nick, can't close the deal, and Magachu's going to try to get in deep and catch some of these 20 players. He's going to back up. He's the only one alive. He wants to jump, but he's going to just
close. Wait. Oh my gosh.
This is very close, and Magachu sensing danger. I don't know what he's doing. He's over by forward spawn.
Oh, they caught him.
Oh, he's hiding. Yeah, I think they knew he was there, and so we have kind of back-to-back semi-wipes or full wipes, and both of these teams, they really kind of wanted. Again, time starts to become an issue here. It is 4-3 for the $5 Club, and Street Hoops need 2 rounds in a row.
I really think that $5 Club should have played a bit slower and got in the Uber there. They rushed in onto pretty much the entire Street Hoops team just set up on second. And Street Hoops, DBW, one of them eats a pipe and takes her down. So now we see Street Hoops again with the advantage, a good 40% advantage, as it looks like they're trying to push into second with this.
Yeah, and they want to be able to get this point without using Uber if they can. And $5 Club, here's Mangachu who's going to try to pop in and stop that. Mangachu goes down, so much for that. And $5 Club, I mean, it has to be last right now, obviously.
Yeah, this isn't that bad for $5 Club. They'll have the Uber defend last. Sure, they're down 1, but he'll be spawning. But it looks like they're just gonna take it in. Street Hoops is going in main right now.
Yeah, Showstopper taking it in. It's gonna come right into WW. They pop, and it's gonna just kind of back up. And Street Hoops gonna. Oh, they lose Sizer, and they're gonna kind of wait for the repush here. But they're down Sizer. It's a 6v5 situation, and it looks like $5 Club want to push right out on this.
Yep, and I agree with that. DBW's seen a lot of damage though. Her team's kind of out to dry with that heal snap, but they get 2 picks.
Ooh.
And yeah, they're making this work, as it looks like Showstopper goes down also. That's 3 down right now for Street Hoops, and they're not going to be up there and hold mid. We should see $5 Club keep pushing in, as it's just Sizer and Deadbolt.
Yeah, it is, and $5 Club, they want to push. They're just waiting to get everyone together and get those heals out. They're going to come in and, again, try to take this mid. There's a very slight Uber advantage, only about 10%. Looks like some of these 20B guys want to challenge, but they don't want to get caught out and bleed too many players. Although, here comes Ash. They get a Zalox down. A nice bomb in on a Zalox. DBW, again, taking some damage, like you said. A lot of long-distance sticks.
Yeah, but... And it's now 2 down on Street Hoops, as they're going to just back out. And... that was a good fight. Even though DBW did take a lot of damage early, they were able to stay on. And they actually Squid forces the Uber. That's huge. If DBW holds this, they can just push this into second and try and roll last with this.
Yeah, there's nobody in behind or anything crazy for 20B, and so DBW can just kind of play back and play smart, which is really great. And really, this is 20B's match to win right now. They're the ones that need to act. They're backed up on their own second right now, but they need 2 rounds or they're going to lose this one. They need at least 1 round, certainly, in order to force, a golden cap. And, I don't know.
Take a Uber from Sewer. They got, again, 50 advantage. They should... I want to see them just take second with this Uber. I want to see them use this Uber early. Make sure they don't drop any players. Yeah, they take down Ash, so that's a player. Oh, but actually Joe dies to a trap. This isn't a guaranteed cap, but no, it looks like Street Hoops is just going to defend on last. So Street Hoops... they're probably going to try and push out with this Uber. The fact that they're down around, time is starting to be a factor. Yeah, you see them take lobby control. They're going to try and push out with this Uber.
Yeah,
but now they got to watch for a back cap like Squid got earlier. They're going to have to make sure that they check all the
Squidder's trying. If Squid, well, they spot out Squid. They're not going to let that happen. So Squidder's down. Mangachu real hard as well, backing out to Sewer. And 20B, they could very well. The Uber was popped off, and they're going to try to take this one. No sneak. Oh, we got someone on last. It's Zalox on last point. Zalox is going to take the cap, and they let him through. We don't often see a demo back cap. They were thinking Squidder, who they took down, but Zalox, with the kind of a huge upset there, is going to seal this one. And $5 Club, with at least at this point in the season, what seems like an upset over Street Hoops Esports, 5-2-3.
I definitely consider that an upset with how Street Hoops did last season, how they pretty much have their same roster. That's insane. I was not expecting this at all. I'm really impressed with how $5 Club played. I expected Street Hoops to be the more coordinated team, while $5 Club to be like the sloppy, maybe winning some fights based purely off their DM. But it almost felt like the opposite like that. It felt like $5 Club, they were they had the good set plays, the Mangachu bombs in, and then when it came to team fights, they were normally the ones getting the picks and just playing the numbers game. So that I'm really impressed overall with how they played.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the worst you could say is that it was a very close match. I think most people will agree that, like you said, $5 Club really kind of seemed to have the edge. Now, I mean, looking at the numbers, it's interesting because there were good solo performances from Showstopper and from Sizer. Show with 36 frags, way, way above anyone else, and Paul had 31. But in terms of a team, I mean, did it look like 20B was disconnected, or what's your assessment of what happened with Street Hoops?
Partly that, and man, it's tough to say. Like, it really came down a lot to just a lot of the team fights that they were $5 Club was just getting a pick early. They would normally take down, like, after the first half. The issue I had with Mangish in the first half is that he was just dying way too much. But the second half, they pretty much changed that completely, and it was then Street Hoops were the ones who were losing, a player or two, and $5 Club was just capitalizing on that and taking points with it. So it almost looked like a completely different team that second half from $5 Club. And
yeah, well, and Mangish only died. He died 10 times versus 25 in the first half.
Yeah, like that was a huge difference. I don't think him getting, kills or anything mattered that second half. It was just the fact that he wasn't dead constantly just gave his teams that much more spam damage and everything to just take points with it. So yeah, that was a big difference. Not a lot else I saw from that. It was just a really good showing overall from $5 Club. And like I said, they definitely have the talent to beat, these top teams, and it showed this game with just how their individual players did.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing as well is maybe not the kind of match that Paragon would have wanted to have. He was only 158 for DPM, which for a scout is fairly low. And I'm thinking back to ESEA LAN where you got to play against this team, and I mean, isn't that kind of upsetting for Paragon to have Paul do so well and just kind of underperform? That might have been a big difference maker as well if Paragon kind of put on a show, don't you think?
I mean, he didn't play that terribly, compared to how Squid and Arctic Joe did. He only had 700 less damage, so he didn't do that much worse than either of them. But yeah, both Joe and Squid played pretty good, and even though Sizer, played pretty great that one. When you have one scout who is slightly underperforming, it can be tough.
Absolutely. Well, with this, the $5 Club, surprising everybody, perhaps, moves to 2-0 in ESEA Invite, up there at the top of the standings. And Street Hoops, perhaps surprising some, go to 0-2. Now, I know from past seasons that Street Hoops, in the past, they have actually dropped a few matches in a row for many seasons, and they've still made LAN. And so it's not the end of the world. We're still very early in the season, but yeah.
LAN? What's that?
LAN, right. Well, we still say LAN. We don't need to get onto that topic, but there'll be an online LAN. There'll be something. Maybe we won't call it LAN, but there'll be an online championship. And so
you're bringing a tear to my eye right now.
I'm sorry, I'm a heartbreaker. Well, as we get to the end of the as we move toward the playoffs or whatever you want to call it, certainly Mankachu and his team out to a fantastic start. So I guess the question will be, are they going to be able to continue that? And are Street Hoops going to be able to bounce back from kind of a rough start? And I'm wondering, Harbleu, is Boink going to come back and not have a job on this $5 Club team?
I mean, I think Milo is a soldier that a lot of teams would love to have start for them. And you can kind of see his damage he did that game. He had 2,000 more damage than the next person. He played nuts. So if I were $5 Club, I would definitely want Milo to be starting, but I can see why, they keep Boink still. I know they're all pretty good friends and all that. So they're going to have a tough decision to make. And I'm not sure if Milo wants to start for them. So I am interested to see what ends up happening with their roster.
Well, we will see as the season continues, and it will be interesting. This seems like, I think we say it every season, but this does seem like one of the more interesting invite seasons so far, even though we're very early in. Well, Harbleu, did you have any parting thoughts or words or anything like that?
Nope. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Well, I hope we get to have you in here a whole lot more this season, Harb, and thanks for coming in and doing it. I know everyone appreciates it. But I have nothing else either, so that's it for us here tonight. My name is Getawhale. He is Harbleu. We had Dashner producing this lovely match here for us this evening. Street Hoops Esports losing to $5 Club, who are now 2-0. Stay with us for the rest of the season as we will continue to bring you ESEA Invite right here on teamfortress.tv. Have a good night.